Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's April 19th and the market not too long open. It's 9:31 right now. Now coming on the set. Now, taking a look at things. Hopefully everybody's having a good day so far. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. So happy hump day. So right now, as you can see, we're in a been in a downtrend. We had a little pop here about like almost 7 in the morning. Now we're having another little pop. So the question is, are they going to break 41.62 or sellers are going to come back and start pushing price back down? So right now I'm looking for shorts right now, but it's still early. So just plan to keep an eye on price, allow price to develop, and allow my setup to show itself before I trigger myself into a trade. So until then, I'll be on mute, just waiting, keeping an eye on price action. Don't forget, if you appreciate the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and also please share. All right, we're still here, keeping an eye on price action, and I'm just analyzing where would I want to go long, where would I want to go short. When I was doing some work over the weekend, and I wish I kept it up on my chart, if my memory served me right, I had 4160 as a magnet area. So I'm not surprised how prices was just stuck hanging out here. What I would want to see for a long for me is price get back to 4165 and hold. And as soon as we get above 4168, I'll take a long. Like I want to see us like crack these two pivot. I mean, not pivot, POC. It's POC here, POC here. They're pretty much clustered. So my mindset is, hey, if we hold above 65, crack 68, take the long. Now to the downside is a little tricky. For me, why? I would want to say, hey, if we get to 60, if we fail here, take the short, either at 56 or 55, 56 or 55, and ride it down to the low of the session. But I honestly, I'm not super comfortable taking trades coming into the low or coming off the lows. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see how price continue to develop, and also we this candle is just here and it's like so much volume. And the question I ask myself when I see so much volume is what kind of volume is it? Is it stop? Is it a reversal volume, or is it a continuation volume? As in, okay, look at this candle, the previous candle at 9:30, right? There was a lot of volume, and the price was going up, but look at price coming back down. So normally that's what I typically see, right? Whenever the candle closes with high volume, whatever, if the candle closed, in this instance, the candle closed red, typically look for a quick reversal. And this is what is playing out right now. So if this candle is on high volume and it closed red, are we going to see a reversal back to the upside on the next candle? So, but I am looking how price is really struggling at 4160. It's not really breaking below 41.60, right? It's really holding at this pivot. It's not crashing through as much as it was earlier in the candle. So I'm just looking to see if price keeps nagging at it and bouncing off, I might even take a long trade earlier than 68, maybe 66. All right, so that's what I'm tracking right now. Just gotta give price more time to develop to see exactly what they're potentially gonna do. All right, so that's where we at for right now. It is 9:54, and that's Eastern Standard Time, y'all. All right, sorry about that. I thought I had the mic. Thought I wasn't on mute. So I just did two things, and I had time. So obviously, Price is taking his time to develop. So I'm just looking at everything. Looking back here, and I'm using. I normally for my exhaustion levels, I use between 0 and 10. So we got one here and one here. So I drew out this level as a buy exhaustion level, right? Looking to see what price do. I already said, hey, I do like a potential long above 65, but I want to see them get to 65 and hold above 65, and I'll take a long at 68. But I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive and take the long at 65, right? So that's why I just put that order there. If price breaks, then I'm going to just, if price breaks lower than this 58 level, then I'm going to take I'll take this order off. It's that simple. But if price have a crazy shoot to the upside, I want to be aggressive because if I take it at 60, 65, I'm gonna get out at 70. So if I get in here, I get out up here at 70. So I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna keep analyzing the market and see if I want to adjust that or not. But that's where we are for right now. It is 9:59. It's almost 10 o'clock. All right, y'all. So as you saw, obviously, I canceled the long I had at 65. And why? Normally, when Delta SL closes negative, we normally see a nice reversal. So that's why I'm taking a short at 63. I know this is a divergence and it says to the upside, but I'm taking the short here, right? I said whenever I see this setup, I'm going to load the boat. So I got my ATM strategy with 6 contracts. So let's see how this plays out. So I'm currently in the trade. Let's see if we get a continuation or if it actually plays to the upside. I'm not sure if I ever saw the setup on a diversion candle, because this is a diversion setup to the upside. So this would be good to see how this plays out. Because I'll know for future reference if it's on a diversion candle, which is going the opposite direction, don't take the trade. Or if it doesn't matter at all. I started taking screenshots of the setup so far for the month of April. Take a look at the 2 that I have so far. Because normally it's a lot more swift to the downside than it is now. So let's see. No, it actually wasn't a divergent candle when it happened. All right. So let's just see what price do. All right, this one is looking shaky, but the setup showed itself, and that's why I'm taking the trade. And that's what's important to me. This is something I've been tracking. So that's why I'm taking the trade. Now I'm trying to determine if to load the boat or not to load the boat. So I went in with 6 contracts on this one. So let's hang back and allow price to play out. All right, y'all. Price is playing with my emotions right now. We're in the trade. We're still in it, obviously. I went heavy on this one because every time I see this setup, ever since I've been tracking this setup, it always plays out. Right now, it's not looking so good. So just a matter of giving it more time to see if we're going to win this one or lose this one. But I took this trade because I identified that whenever Delta SL goes negative, we normally have a nice pullback. After I got in the trade, I noticed we had the same setup earlier this morning, around like 7 this morning. If you see here, Delta SL, this last line was negative 41. What happened where the candle opened? Yeah, we had a little wake up, but look at that. Price eventually came down decently. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen here. Also, we had pretty high volume on this candle. So hopefully this is, not lifting volume, but stopping volume back to the downside. Yeah, just waiting to see how it's going to play out. I don't know, price is struggling today just to move. But right now, it's looking positive, but doesn't mean we can't get an aggressive move to the downside. That's what I'm hoping pan out soon here. Wasn't expecting to be in this trade this long, to be honest with you. But at least the trade is still active. And we just need to wait for the trade to complete. All right, y'all. So the setup did not work out today, and I did load the boat. So you saw we lost that one down 1,500 because we went heavy on that with 6 contracts. Now earlier I did say I like a long above 68. So once we got stopped out at 69, I took another long. I took the long entry for the continuation to the upside, since that was something I was initially eyeing earlier. But maybe price turn back and come back down now. Who knows? So just have to be patient and wait and see. But so far, it ain't looking good. Price is already coming back down in. But for right now, I'm happy that I'm definitely happy that I took this trade. I just need to now go back and do my homework to figure out why it didn't work out, or why it's taking so long to work out. I guess that's the question. Because if price comes all the way back here, then it's like, okay, it's just a super delayed versus what I would normally expect to happen. So I have it recorded, so I'm going to be able to go back and look. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. I'm also going to capture this one here that did work out early in the session. And then I'll take a screenshot of here. So I'll take a screenshot of the whole thing to figure out, what went wrong, to know what to look for next time around. So that's where I'm at for right now. I do have to leave. I might just leave the recording running so we can capture this last trade, because clearly everything is taking a long time to develop today. So let me capture the time too. Okay, so I got my screenshot, and just gonna keep an eye on this last trade, and I'm out in like another 15 minutes. All right, y'all. So we've been recording for some time now. I'm finally back at the desk. The last trade you would have saw, we took. So quick recap, right? Took the first trade because we saw the Delta SL was negative. Traditionally, since I've been tracking that kind of movement, we normally would see price pull back to the downside, but in this instance, it did not happen. Price kept building and went higher. So once we got stopped out of the first trade, we got stopped out at 41.69. We immediately took a long, okay? And this long took a long time to fill, right? So with that being said, I stepped away from the console at like 11. And I left the trade on, obviously. Why? Because my stop was on and my take profit was on. And then initially we liked the trade above 65, and then definitely we wanted to take it at 68. We initially took off the initial trade, the buy limit we had at 65, because we saw this setup at 1009 on a 1009 candle. So most of this video, by the time you see it, is going to be sped up. I'm going to speed up the both trades, because both trades took a while, but the last one definitely took a while to actually fill, because as you can see, it was 1040. This 1044 candle is where I got stopped and re-enter into. I got stopped on a short trade and re-enter right away, immediately into a long trade. And as you can see, we did not get out of that trade until this 1215 candle. So by the time you see this, my plan is to drop this content today. Now, well, the content not gonna come out today, probably a day or two from April 19th. But I just really wanted to show this one, so I'm gonna speed up, the trades, so that way it doesn't be super long and boring. Because I literally, like I said, I'm not getting back. It's just about 10 minutes to 2 East Coast time. So, and now we're looking at price to see what is going to develop. I have time today, so I plan to trade this afternoon session. So just waiting for price to develop. We're back at break even because we lost the first one, won the second one. So we're flat on the day. And since I have time today, I plan to continue trading. So my outlook on things is if we can get above 41.82 and hold, I'll take a long. Where will I take that long? Probably take a long at 84. Looking to price to get to at least 41.90. We got a 4-hour support, just 3 ticks above 41.90. So we got a 4-hour support at 41.90.75. So like again, if price gets back and hold above 42 and looks very bullish above 41.82, then I would take a long at 84, looking for price to continue and at least get to the 4-hour support at 41.90.75. Okay, so I'm gonna go back on mute and continue to monitor as price develops and see if we can get another trade today. And yeah, that'll be that. So, yes. So I need to step away again. Since I like price, since I like a long at 41.84 and I need to step away, I'm gonna put a limit order on. Right? So that way, if between me stepping away and coming back, price gets there, I want to be in the trade. I did change my ATM strategy to where I'm just taking one contract and not 6 like earlier. The reason why I took, as you can see, I did 6 contracts earlier was because I know so far since I've been tracking the Delta SL, I want to say Delta SL diversions. It always plays out. It played out earlier this morning on this candle, as you can see right here. On the 657 candle, it played out. Okay. Supposed to move back down. It did play it out. So, my mindset is whenever I see it, load the boat. So I went in heavy. Luckily, price kept going up like we were foreseeing before this showed up. And was able to recover on the day. So no need for me to go so heavy on any other trade right now. So I just reduced my ATM strategy back to where I'm just taking one contract. So let's see. Let's wait for price to develop, and let's take this trade that's coming our way. All right, y'all. I'm back. See that we got triggered into that long trade, but unfortunately, price is doing its own thing. Price came all the way back down. And at this level, I can't call it, to be honest with you. So at least if we lose this one, it's just one contract, and we didn't go heavy, so we could still recover tomorrow. But definitely wasn't expecting a pullback like this. at this time of the day, this level, everything was looking good to the upside. All right, we had the crosshair for the up move. We had momentums. Everything down here was pointing up. So I was expecting a continuation up. So hopefully we got buyers. Hopefully buyers step up and continue this move up, and we could walk away with a win on the day. If not, we'll take the small loss and we'll regroup tomorrow, or we'll keep trading into the 4 o'clock hour and see what we could recover if we lose this one. So until then, we'll stand back and let the trade to play out. All right, so this one is not looking so good. So let's prepare to take an L on this trade. And let's look for the next one. All right, I'm back. For a second, I thought price was going to pull back up, but look like they're going to finally find their way down and stop us out. So the question is, once we get stopped out here, do we jump in and take a short to the continuation? Because we got exhaustion up here. Sell exhaustion, which makes sense why we had this move down. So the question is, once we get stopped out here, are we going to get a decent enough push to get a 5-point fill? But I wouldn't take it right away like I did this one earlier, because I don't have any idea of how I want to play this area. The market literally been up all day. We've waked a lot, but we've literally been in an uptrend all day. So gonna be patient here. Potentially take the L on this one, and see if we can recover from it if we do end up taking the L. I don't have any game plan for any move now. I did like us getting to at least 90, 41.90. That's why I took the long. But move to the downside, I don't have anything, so I wouldn't take a trade right away unless I have a setup. Right now, this is not looking too positive on my end. So that's where we are for right now, y'all. Damn, they keep playing my emotion. They sure was looking good. But I think prices are eventually going to drop, to be honest with you. The way how price is developing, I think it's eventually going to give out and drop. So really just waiting for this trade to end. And not good on my behalf. So not trying to be, just being realistic, looking at how price is developing here. Sellers are clearly winning this fight right now. So just being realistic, and waiting for this one to close out. All right, there we go. So it finally happened. We finally got stopped out of that trade. So the question now I ask myself is, what is price going to do next? All right, so we're gonna, it's 246 right now. I give it a little bit, allow price to develop, see what are the possibilities here. I'm not gonna take a trade right away unless something presents itself pretty quick. I don't like it either way right now. I was expecting a continuation, but didn't quite get a full continuation. So let's hang back and allow price to develop. All right, so I'm looking at price and I'm seeing we really can't. We keep pulling back to 4180, 4181, but we're really not breaking above it anymore. So I'm anticipating that we could potentially have a quick move down here when price finally decide to move. So do I see it? I take a short at 4177, and then that should get me out at what, 72, right where we had a little consolidation. So waiting to see how price is going to perform here. If price pushes down fully, or if it reverses and finally break and hold above 81. So let's see if it stays above 81. Obviously, I'm gonna consider a long trade. I probably want to see us break above this exhaustion level here. So maybe take a long at I want to say take a long at 90, but that's too close. Probably need to take a long at like 80, back at like 85 to try and get to 90. But that'll be a little aggressive there. So it really depends on what price do. If price gets aggressive, we're about to be it's 5 minutes to 3. So I'll allow price to develop and then just go from there. All right. I'm eyeballing two things right now. Obviously, I like the short if we get back to 4177, but I will take a long if price holds and get back to 4185. I'll take a long at 85 if price keeps pushing up. So if price gets about like 83, I'm going to take my short off, and I'll wait for price to get to about like 84 and a half. And then I'll look to put a long on at 85. But I want to see price act a little aggressive on the way up, man, to be honest. So that's the plan, and that will be the last trade of the day, either to the upside or the downside. To the upside at 4185, or to the downside at 4177. So I'm going to hand back and allow price to develop based on the plan I just laid out. All right, if you're following along, you would have noticed that I canceled the short order, and I got the order in, as we talked about earlier, at 4185. If you get in there, we're looking for a retest a test of that 4190 level. That will get us our 5 points. I am going a little heavy on this one. I'm doing 3 contracts. So I'm looking to recover the first trade and still walk away with a profit on the day. So I'm watching this one closely because if I don't like how price is developing to 41.85, I might just take it off and just call it a day. Volume is definitely spiking and picking up in this one. The cumulative delta is up high. Yeah, so everything is starting to look positive for a move to the upside. It's crazy because the trade before the previous trade, price literally came and got to stop this at 41.70 at 41.78 where our stop was, and it's making its way slowly back up. So it is more of me just taking the same trade again, just instead of me getting in at 41.84, I'm getting at 41.85. So let's see if the second time is a charm. I do like how price came down to 81, 41.81, and is kind of holding that level right now. I would love to see a bounce off of that level, and I'll feel real comfortable once I get into the long trade. If price continues to hold at 41.81. For a minute there on the previous candle, we were struggling to break above it. We finally did. I'm not surprised price came back to it. What I would want to see with price now is for price to hold it. Stay above it, hold it, stay above it, and then continue to the upside. So all right, so we finally got filled on the last trade of the day. I mean, it's 3:45 is the end of the trading day. I'm looking forward to a nice fill on this one. Price get down to 72. Hopefully we get there soon and not forever like price been doing all day. So we're just here, see how we finish up the day. Up or down, down. But we'll finish up strong today and keep going tomorrow, y'all. So let's wait for price to get to 41.72 and walk away with some money on the day. So I wasn't looking to get stopped out for 2 ticks. My mental is just to give price time to fully win this trade, but I'm not gonna move it, you know, past the break even level. At least we walk away with nothing. I wanted to give it time to fully develop, anticipating price, coming back and getting to the target. So that's why you saw me move the stop loss back to break even versus where it moved in to secure 2 ticks. I really just want this to fully play out and get a full fill here. Don't want to short myself. So many different ways to look at that. That's just where I'm at. It's the end of the day. Kind of exhausted from this, although I wasn't here for most of it. Today's just been a long day. I don't think I ever traded all day like this. So either I'm going to get a full fill or have a break even on this trade. Or I might even consider just stopping it early and just walk away with something. So just by hitting the close button up here in the top right, we'll close the trade. But I'll let price develop and do what it needs to do. I'm super close to just hitting the close button on this trade, but I really want to just wait for the full fill. Got to trust in it. Tesla came down pretty low. I know Tesla had earnings, and I was expecting earnings to be bad, so I felt like it was okay to keep trading and trading the news here, but hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. Price is pulling back up hard. Yeah. All right, look like we're going to walk away with break even on this one, y'all. Thought we had it there. Came super close to it, but today is just not the day. Looks like it. Today is not the day. So we take a small $300 loss on the day. Once price stop us out here at 41.77. And we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Not a big deal. I mean, considering we were down about 1,500 and how far we came back, not a big deal at all for what we're seeing right now. Tesla is still dropping, but I guess it's not enough to pull S&P with it. So
stop filled.
All right, that was the last trade on the day. I'm done. We're down 300 on the day. This is a 6-hour long content recording today, so gonna have to do a lot of editing on this one to try and make it presentable to kind of show you guys. I just had a rough day, but I'll take the small loss in the day and figure out how to do better tomorrow. So until then, stay blessed, hang with the best, and y'all know what it is. Like, subscribe, come back. We showing the wins, we showing the losses. We just, the mindset, what everything that all my emotions, everything, that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing this for me, and I'm sharing it with you all. So stay blessed, hang with the best, and we'll be back tomorrow.